I'm a badass. I'm a badass. I'm a bad. I'm a badass. I'm a badass. I'm a badass. I'm bad.
Got a short fuse attitude that won't lose. When you walk in my shoes, you learn how to follow rules. I'm a badass. I'm sick with the combat, certified where I'm from. The streets all know that. Say a prayer for my enemies, revenge is sweet. And if you're feeling froggy, let me see you leap. Cross that line, why would you wanna test me? React upon reflex, I stay ready. Forget it, understood, I'm just trying to do good. If I could stop and press rewind, I wish I could. Reminisce about my loved ones, I can't explain the feeling. I turn over a new leaf, cure my wounds and heal them. On a straight and narrow road, the road is getting narrow. Got my one eye open with one eye on a sparrow. I'm long overdue, my time is past. I do what I do, I'm a badass, I'm bad.
I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm bad.
Hello. I'm coming live earlier tonight than I was supposed to be in at 8, but that's okay too. Well, I think he's done it again. The grifter has removed everything out. What's he hiding? What are you doing, Griff? You don't like the truth? Are you rage quitting? Hello. Den, hello. Ruby, hello. Are you rage quitting? What's wrong? You don't like the truth? Hello, Embassy. I don't know. Yeah, I seen that. Welcome, everybody. I seen It Matters, which is his wife. She's just as bad as he is. So this is the third part of the video, is actually the second of the video. Hello. Did you catch that? I appreciate you for coming in. I appreciate all of you all. I'm coming live earlier than expected because I've got to do some things in the morning and some stuff to check on. And I'm going to go ahead and get started tonight. I appreciate you guys. Embassy, how are you? Can't even speak English. Yeah, she's as bad as he is. She could stop it. Yeah, I'm doing better. Thank you, Ruby. I have my days, but I still try to push on. But I mean, it is what it is. He can run, but he can't hide. That's the truth. Yeah, you can run, but you can't hide, bro. Because you got these habits. And it's a proven fact that you don't change your habits. Yeah, it's gone again, hummingbird. You don't change your habits. It's different if you really needed it, which it wouldn't be that bad if it's the way you're doing it. You ain't going to change your habits. You're hiding all your videos. You're using innocent people whenever you don't have to. Now, me, I've showed proof 1,000 times, and I'm not ashamed of that. Griff, I bet your ass, and I bet you my laptop, I've got more work hours from the time I was 16 until I was 40 years old than you have your whole lifetime. You're fine, Hummingbird. And you're how old, Griff? I'm not saying you ain't worked, but you ain't worked that much. The only thing you've worked at is harassing these women and making people's life miserable. It's all right to help people. Sure is. It's okay to ask for help, but do it the right way. Yes, he is, Ruby. I don't know, did you catch that? But he's he raced everything off his channel again once for the 1,000th time. But that's okay. We still got plenty. I'm not stopping. I told you that whenever I started it again, Griff. I'm not stopping this time. So there. Like I said, it's okay to help people. Don't get me wrong, but it's okay to ask for help, but try to help yourself. There comes a point that you can't help yourself, like I'm a trying, like me. You're right. People's right. I'm a walking time bomb. But you know what? I still get my ass up every day and look life in the face. You're going to sit over there and say, I know yous are watching. I know you and your little beady eyed wife is sitting over there watching. You're going to say, oh, he can't prove this. He can't prove that. Well, I proved it 1,000 times. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Exactly. Did you catch that? And if I had, oh, who do you help? You'll probably ask. Well, I'm helping these women. I'm helping my kids by being a daddy, a father. Can he work? That's what you're sitting over there putting out. No, I cannot. I cannot. I am a walking time bomb and I admit it. But I'm still going to do what's right. Your embassy, thank you. So, I'm going to go over here. I'll be right back. let's finish her. Whenever I'm reading, healthy, how are you? I appreciate you guys. You're right, Embassy. It's the I'm putting out nothing but the truth, and so is these ladies. Let me um I'm gonna say this and people's gonna say what they want to, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna put my I say I don't really want to do this, but I have no other choice but to ask. I have people that helps me, and I appreciate that. And I am in a bind. Um, and this time it's not medicine. It's where I have my medicine. People has helped me get it, And everybody knows I went to the eye doctor, and um, I have busted blood vessels in my eyeballs. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. Um, I think I'm gonna put it in a banner because I really don't. Um, anyways, how you doing, Sailor V? I went to the eye doctor and I've got busted eye blood vessels. Well, that means new glasses, and I have no insurance. People has told me that I've been through this 1,000 times. Oh, you've got insurance. No, I don't. You qualify for insurance. Well, I go Friday to try for the fifth or sixth time. I don't. They let me at the doctor's office go ahead and do my visit without insurance, without giving them any money, and I can prove that. So before you go naysayers go saying shit, you better make sure I can't get the proof um, before you say I can't, because I can. And they went ahead and ordered my stuff, which come up to the um, they're gonna call me e-begging. Can do say whatever you want to. It's okay to help, but to do it for the right reason. I don't get on here and scam. I proved everything I've done until I'm blue in the face, and it come up to like $300, I believe. I can check, and that's for and I have um, going through the disability stuff, which my lawyer is controlling that, plus the lady at the disability office. Yes, I'm not ashamed of it because I worked my ass off, and I can't no more because this last time is what proven that to keep from losing what I do got. This last time is why I went to the hospital just a few days ago. overexertion, and the heart valves down to 14% from 15. But with that being said, I'm expecting that call within anytime this week and the next week, because I called her today. She's supposed to call me back. I left her a voicemail, and it's been 2 weeks, so that means that it's went to their office and it went to supposed to go to my main office and to my lawyers. So I've done that. And with that being said, I don't have insurance, period. And I know people's going to take and twist it. I don't care no more. Everything come up to right at $300. That's the visit and my glasses. And that's what people's made fun of me because of my health. But what people don't know, it can happen to them within a split minute. I was going about my day over a year ago. I've been dealing with this for a long time. And I'm right now getting to where the disability people's actually trying to do something, along with the hospital doctors calling them and this and that. But anyways, and here we are now, almost over a year later, going through the same thing, but I can't do it. And like I said, my glasses is right at, that's with the doctor's visit, which they've already had. So I'm going to put my Cash App up. If you want to give, give. If you don't. It's not a pressure. It's asking. And people's going to take and twist it. Twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it. And I've heard that jackass over say, he can do this and he can do, no, I can't. Like I said, people's made comments and accusations towards me that there's nothing wrong, but I proved it 1,000 times. So I'm gonna go on with my video, and I am gonna put up my Cash App. If you can help. If not, don't worry about it. It's no have to thing. It's asking. I ain't gonna go on a rage and attack nobody because it's nothing like that. I ain't Griff. So I'm gonna get on with the video of exposing this clown.
Obviously he doesn't care about the situation. He doesn't care about human trafficking. But here recently, he did a few streams, and like in those streams, he was justifying the SA of certain women, which I've clipped and I'm going to use in this video. So basically, what he did was he did several streams walking down the street in the rain at night, and he was panhandling for money, is what he was doing. So as he's walking down the street, he's got his Cash App up. He's asking people to donate money and help him spread awareness about human trafficking. And this is also at the same time he's saying he's homeless. Yeah. Well, anyways, so he was asked what organization he was donating that money to, since it's for human trafficking. He took those videos down, but I do have a clip of one of them where he started comparing himself to Jesus Christ. Yeah, no joke. He started saying, "Oh, I'm not comparing myself to Jesus Christ, but let me tell you like how hard my life has been." So, he's comparing himself to Jesus Christ, making money off of it and like making fun of me during them. So let's hear him compare himself being exposed for Black blackmailing and extorting women to Jesus Christ's persecution as he was carrying the cross.
I think I'm a Christian man and I don't follow the Bible. I might not do what they think I'm supposed to do, but I do know a little bit about the Bible. And I do know that each man, we've been taught we got to carry our cross. We got a cross to bear, right? Does anybody know why? And how we get that from? Of course we get that from Jesus, right? When he walked the path, we had to carry the cross on his shoulder. Up to where he was crucified. When he walked through the town, when he kept throwing him, mocking him, throwing stones at him, and just hurting him. You know, I got thinking about it. You know, Jesus, he fell 3 times. He actually fell his knees 3 times. I grant myself, Jesus, by no means, Jesus Christ, please don't do that. But it's just a point I'm trying to get at because I got thinking.
No. No, absolutely not. He seriously like compared himself to Jesus Christ. Dude got exposed for exploiting and blackmailing the most vulnerable women on YouTube. And like is comparing himself to Jesus Christ. Oh, it's been so hard this year. I'm struggling, but I keep going because I'm a Christian man. Narcissist. Straight narcissist.
See, I can't cut you like a knife in words. Not talking about the physical knife, let's don't get that. I cut it. But Brent, let that forked tongue of his start get him riled up. Right, it'd be just like this. He will have you so far under the ground. You don't want to get on his bad side. God, see, I can't cut you like a knife.
At this point, Griff did multiple live streams, and during those, he told everybody he was dying. He had some form of cancer. He didn't have much longer to live. He needed to get his affairs in order. He needed to make amends. And my God, according to his prognosis, this man, he didn't have much longer to live. He was going to go at any time. He had a couple months at max to live. And he needed to get his affairs in order.
We're going for second opinion, too. This is the second time around with blood work. They come back showing the same shit first one did. So I will, I am. We'll see.
Give me just a second, guys.
Even though
Yeah, I said I'd be right back. I'm back.
Consider that being the second opinion, the same doctor, just a different set of blood work. I was just surprised, really, get them back that early. So now they're sending them off to another lab. I want to say he said Birmingham or Tuscaloosa one. I can't remember. Yeah, I got my test results today, and they come out too good. I don't know how far, what next step is yet. I don't know. Like I said, doctor, I don't know the grade or whatever.
My PayPal is DixieDaddy2020@gmail.com. It's under my middle name, Berryhill Scott. Thank you.
I don't know nothing. I don't have a clue. Oh, I mean, straight up, I don't know how to do. I don't know what to do. I was sitting there working when I got the news. I told my boss at work, he just looked at me. He didn't know what to say. I don't know what. But I know. This is something that usually happens to a lot of people. They don't. You go see a doctor for certain things, and you come out knowing something else. Wasn't expecting this. I was expecting to be told to change my diet. Diabetes would have been something I'd seen coming. It'd been some fucking overweight from all the drugs and smoking. But
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to pause. Yeah, rewind it if you need to. You did hear that, right? He did say, I thought I was overweight from all the drugs I've been smoking. Oh my God.
that was what it was. It's called up. I will come in. Well, schedule appointment, come in as soon as you can, so we can lay the groundwork. So I'm supposed to be looking for, trying to find some kind of closure somewhere. Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to be trying to make amends with people? Because that's the hard part right here when I haven't done anything. Hard ass. Yeah, I come across with people, but I haven't done anything.
Motherfucker, we just went through 3.5 hours of you fucking people over, but okay.
Now, according to Griff's prognosis, he died 6 months ago. So who is responsible for this online harassment? Could it be the ghost of Griff doing it? Is it the ghost of Griff that was accused of sending unsolicited nudes to women online? And if so, does that even count as cheating? Till death do us part. But if he's already dead, is that a freebie? So he had teamed up with another channel that goes by like Voices Behind the Shit. They got like 20 other fucking channels. They pretend to be YouTube's biggest victims. And what they do is they like work together, bouncing from channel to channel, tag teaming these women that they're targeting. And a couple of these women actually ended up in the hospital. Now, the first one was a woman by the name of Kimmy, and I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible because especially here lately, they have been re-victimizing her so bad. So I'm just going to keep this as brief as possible.
Yeah, I was worried about me too. I was scared, really scared. You get to be up till 8 o'clock and I have to go back. And then after that, I get to come home again. But then I have to go back for a nighttime session, and then I come back Wednesday for good. So it's a lot of changes going on. I'm not going to argue with anybody else who has their channels. That's their stuff. That's their karma. That's what they're going to deal with, what I've dealt with in the past. Wow, almost a full month.
Now, his primary role and like all of this happening was mostly behind the scenes. So, he screamed at her publicly and like embarrassed her publicly during live streams and stuff. But what he was doing is he was emailing her, trying to convince her that she had no friends, that she couldn't trust anybody, and all she wanted was friends. Like, that's all she wanted. So he tried to convince her that everybody was just out to get her. Everybody was working against her. She couldn't trust anybody. Like gaslighting and manipulating her into being completely isolated. That was probably like the toughest spot I've ever been in on like during my time on YouTube, because like after he saw like we had befriended her, he figured he could use her to hurt us. And he was giving her like these ultimatums, like if she wanted to be a part of his channel, if she wanted to be a part of his chat or be his friend, she had to quit talking to us. And she's like, but those are my friends. And like put her in a horrible position. And it was like so hard to watch him doing that to her. And like she liked him. She wanted to be, his friend. She wanted to be a part of his channel.
He did Kimi the same way. See what I'm saying? In Yorkshire, what are you talking about? Please check your emails address. If you continue to encounter problems, please contact. What are you talking about? Give me just a second. Oh. Venmo. Hang on and I'll put my Venmo back up here. Hang on a minute. I'm getting my I'm here. It ain't come in on mine. It's got a picture of my big face up there. It ain't come in, so. Here I am going to put my Venmo up here just in case. Give me just a second. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm still here. Just bear with me. It couldn't have went. I ain't got it if it had, so I'm gonna go back to the video.
Like, how do we handle that? You know, it would have hurt her so bad if I would have said, he's just trying to hurt you. He's using you to hurt us. Like, that would have just hurt her feelings, you know? So we kind of just had to hope for the best with that situation. And, you know, we weren't going to tell her what to do. I mean, he was, but we weren't doing that to her. And, you know, when she would mention him in general or whatever,
Thank you.
we just ignored it because we knew if we said anything, like, he would have tried to flip that and use it to try to mess with her head. Like, oh my God, it was just so fucked up. So fucked up. That was really, really hard to deal with. And so it got to the point to where we were like at a
Thank you, Yorkshire Rose. I did receive it. Thank you. Everything helps. I appreciate that.
crossroads. Like, us being around is giving him a reason to keep in contact with her. And we know exactly what he's doing. So we had to like make a decision, like, should we back up so that he doesn't see us there and have a reason to keep sending his mods in there or yelling at her, you know, because that was just doing more harm than good. It was horrible. So we just had to kind of watch from a distance. And there were occasions where we obviously we were watching and we had to pop into the chat and intervene, you know. And, you know, they also were cloning all of her friends' accounts, like the people who actually went into spent time with her, talked with her, were kind to her. They started cloning those accounts to say mean things to her as well and really confuse her and, you know, push it in her head that she couldn't trust anybody. So she ended up being completely isolated because of this. So once they started like cloning her dead family members and her kids, like she didn't even know who she could confide in. She didn't know who she could trust, who she could talk to, who she could ask for help, because they spent so much time drilling it into her brain she couldn't trust anybody. Regardless of like what we did, it was just a lose-lose situation all the way around. Like if we were there, he had a reason to come at her. If we weren't there, she felt alone. That was such a difficult situation. Like, and he was using somebody we cared about to hurt us. You know, if he hurts her, that hurts us, because he had pretty much done and said just about everything to us, you know, throughout an entire year, and we just brushed it off. But when he went after somebody we cared about, that's what hurt us, and that's what he did.
All right, so this right here is the live chat from the first time she ever went on his panel. Hanlon's in the chat saying, no, she has mental issues. You're about to be set up. And she was mean as fuck the whole time. And this is Hanlon going into her chat, trying to like bait.
Guys, this is sort of killing. Well, it ain't no sort of, it is killing three predators, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 predators at one time. You asked, am I doing that? If you listen to this and listen closely, there's Hanlon, Bob and Lori, Griff, and his wife. That's how I'm getting 5 predators at one time in this segment right here, because they've all did it to Kimmy. Bob and Lori is up there with the rest of them.
Her into, saying something negative that they can use against her. Did you notice Griff's wedding ring is gone? This is a screenshot from the live Bob and Lori did when they admitted to cloning her dead father and family members. And Griff saying, well, at least you admitted to it. Like, those people are now trying to blame this bullying and her ending up in the hospital on other people. But what ultimately led her to the hospital was them going into the chat, being mean to her, posing as her dead father and children and her friends. That's what ultimately led her to end up into the hospital, and they already admitted to doing that. This is a screenshot from one of Kimmy's lives after she was released from the hospital. She was minding her own business, not bothering anybody. So Griff comes into the chat. He starts saying things like, oh, nothing happened but your imagination. Like trying to like convince her, manipulate her again, even after we exposed everything, going in there trying to manipulate Kimmy and saying it was all in her head, like she was never bullied, like she just fabricated all of that trauma in her head. What a piece of shit. I cannot stand this guy. That's like how far he goes. So I did a video putting out all the receipts and blasted that. And then he went on to do it to another woman. All those anti-cyberbullying streams and suicide awareness streams, those were because a woman who had publicly supported him in the past spoke up publicly and said, like, we were telling the truth the whole time. Well, he couldn't handle that, so his best option was to pretend to be an anti-cyberbullying advocate and talk about suicide awareness and try to bait her into unaliving herself. This woman has ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and they did a video, put the suicide hotline at the bottom,
and then went on for an hour describing all the pain and suffering she had to look forward to in like graphic detail as a way to try to bait her into harming herself. And she ended up in the hospital as well.
I'm able to hear their voices, touch their hand, kiss their cheek, run your fingers through their hair, hear them say they love you, or you love them, because you're not going to be able to speak. And once they really start taking control over you, which is in a short period of time, you hang on to every freaking memory you can get, every hug, every kiss, every I love you, all of it. Because there's going to come a time that where you can't do that. Sit behind your in your chair, smoking a cigarette or smoking a vape, drinking your drink out of a straw, because you ain't going to have the functions to do that with. You're not going to be able to type on that darn computer screen, click on different video or different shows to watch, or make ugly comments to somebody, because your body's not going to allow you to do that. You might be able to walk a little bit prior to all that start happening, but that's just only a few short months. You're not even going to be able to wipe your own damn ass. You're not even going to know when you go to the bathroom, no less.
Oh, and keep in mind, like Griff's telling everybody, you know, he doesn't have much longer to live. And here he is making for this one prognosis because she genuinely is suffering from a terminal illness, and they're making fun of it. Oh, you won't even be able to wipe your own ass. How disgusting. That's so disgusting. And then scrolling the suicide hotline at the bottom, well, like basically telling her, oh, well, this is all you got to look forward to, so might as well. And that's not even including, like, so he says he's, you know, an SADV advocate. He did live streams making fun of her for suffering from PTSD, straight up making fun of, like, her story, just like he's done to me, you know, and to many other women. You know, once he gains the trust of these women, him and his wife together gain the trust of these women, they get to know them personally, hear their, you know, their stories, what their life's been like, their trauma, takes it, uses against them, and tries to hurt them using their trauma, like literally laughing, just like he does to a bunch of other women. And on top of that, he's got this other channel, a man and a woman together as well, who like tag teaming these women. So they're doing it on different channels. After that live stream where they, you know, tried to bait her into harming herself, then they went over to the other channel, the Voices Behind the Shit channel, and doxed all of her private information. I got screenshots of them laughing about fucking sending the cops to her house and contacting her family members. She ended up in the hospital. While we're on the topic, so while she was in the hospital, the other channel, Voices Behind the Bullshit, got an email saying that a creator had made an attempt, and they automatically assumed that it was this woman who they were just going after and baiting. And it was the wrong person. Somebody did, but it was somebody else they attacked. It wasn't her. And they went and spread a rumor that she died. It was like, oh, we were sending the police to her house and all kinds of shit. And like, even while she was off YouTube, they were still going after her, like, obsessively. And now, like, they're going with this narrative, like, oh, she pretended to unalive herself. They started that rumor. They ran with that rumor. They did live streams about it. Like, that came from them, because they had bullied so many women that they didn't even know which person who sent the email was talking about. It ended up being another woman they had been harassing. not this woman. They go after so many people, they don't even know which one did it. That says a lot.
Oh, let's not forget to mention this. So I was modding for another survivor with she was struggling with cancer, and they wanted to go after her and attack her too, and we shut that shit down. This woman that they wanted to start attacking didn't even know who he was. Like, had no idea who he was. But they were going to start shit with her because they thought she was vulnerable enough to try to take on. That's what they do. They find women that they think are vulnerable. You know, her channel name is Devoted Survivor. So his mind instantly thinks victim, target. She must be emotionally damaged. She will be easy to manipulate or easy to harm. That's it. That's the kind of mindset this dude has. And he thought she was going to be an easy target. And that didn't work out too good for either. Meanwhile, you know, he's this SADV advocate, but the only people he tries to actually befriend, link up with, or group up with are men like this who have been charged with crimes like sodomy of a 14-year-old girl. He was charged and arrested. And because of stuff like that, let me just say, it's extremely creepy and disturbing when he compares watching my videos to watching CP. You know, he said, oh, it feels like I'm watching CP. What the fuck? Let me show you what I was wearing when he said that. Just a tank top, a spaghetti strap shirt, and like he said something like that. And none of these women who support him are like, oh, that's a really weird thing for him to say about a woman. No red flags? Not to mention, like, that video was in response to like all of his bitter ass mods in the chat, like making fun of my appearance and calling me ugly, making fun of other women's appearance, like just insulting us through an entire live stream. And I knew what they looked like, so that was quite fucking comical. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? He's a weirdo, man. He's a pervert. He's always saying the most disgusting, inappropriate things about women, like every single day. So Griff was sent to Epstein Island. Bon voyage, motherfucker. All right, so we go over like in great detail how he just likes to primarily target vulnerable women. And after so long of this, some men eventually did throw their hat in the ring, and Griff got sent to Epstein Island, and that's where all those clips of him screaming about being a PEDO comes from.
Your goddamn fucking credit on my goddamn island. This is my pedo island, motherfucker. My pedo island, motherfucker.
Now, of course, he likes to push the narrative that we were the ones behind Epstein Island, and we were the puppet masters pulling the strings, but we didn't know until it was happening. But I'm not gonna lie, that was some funny shit. I was cracking up laughing. That was like the highlight. Like, after so long of people witnessing what he's been doing to these women, like, finally he got a taste of his own fucking medicine, and it was amazing.
Let me make sure I say that Griff being sent to Epstein Island was not by any means unprovoked. So before that, he had done several different live streams going after another male creator, accusing this creator without any evidence whatsoever that this creator was a child predator. He was calling out by name, tagging him and stuff, making these accusations just as a way to like manufacture drama and try to start a fight with another creator so that that creator would then talk about him, and he can get drama content and views and money. So he accused another creator of being a child predator to make money, and then he cried when somebody did it back to him.
That's what he does. You don't even have to know who he is for him to come for you. Like, he will pick somebody he thinks is relevant at the moment.
And that be me. I'm the one that done it. And I told him to stop several times. He called me a predator. And then, if people remember, he apologized to me the next day. My.
Moment and attack them, hoping that they will respond, and in turn, drama will ensue and he will get drama views. Now, that is manufactured drama. The only difference is he uses real victims to create it. So it just occurred to me, some of you guys may be new to the channel and you're probably thinking, how the hell did you get him on a plane and ship him to an island? We didn't. So basically what it was kind of like a fundraiser, honestly. And in it, the person who was selected would be completely exposed and roasted. And the people in the chat were donating to hit a goal and send him to this imaginary island. So basically, it was a way for a creator who had been harmed by him to take advantage of the situation and at the same time help all the other people who had been harmed by him get their revenge. Now, there are quite a few other male creators who have exposed him as well. A lot of the time, like with these male creators, he always like tries to be their friends first. And once they figure out like who he is, what he's really about, they don't want nothing to do with them. So he can't use their friendship to promote his channel. So he uses their name to start drama with them as a way to try to grow his channel. Like all these dudes that he's gone after are all men who he tried to like link up with, but who said, I don't fuck with you. So the only thing he's left to do is try to start drama with them as a means to create drama content. All right, I want to take this opportunity real quick before we go any further, because like you guys have probably seen me in about 30 different outfits at this point, and in my defense, it takes me like quite some time to make these videos. Like, I'm not a complete diva. It still takes me a while to make these videos though. Okay, so like I said in part one, around the holidays, I needed a break. I had to take a break. After like a year of coming onto YouTube and on a regular basis, like hearing these idiots like laugh at women being essayed and be myself included, like I desperately needed a break. But while I was on my break, his child's mother contacted me through my Facebook account that I have specifically for my YouTube channel, and she had a lot to say. So we need to get into that. But first, let's hear a word from our sponsors. And today's sponsor is Tampax.
Griff here, and this is day 2 of being a girl. Today I cried so many times, which isn't much different than most days while I was still a man. Okay, but I was super emotional and I thought, I must be getting my period. So I went to the store and guess what I got? Tampons! And I know what you're thinking. Where is she gonna put those? So I put it in my bum.
I don't belong here!
As many of you already know, Griff has a deep hatred of women. But what you don't know is that it's because deep down inside, he desires to be a woman. However, he cannot afford the gender reassignment surgery that it will take for his transition in womanhood. If you would like to help stop the abuse of women online by him, please consider suppress reassignment surgery, and you can do so through Cash App. You catch that. Together, we can make his dream become a reality.
YouTube, you're the real Griff, right? But in real life, you're somebody else.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, bitch. I'm an abuser, all right, yeah. You need to be abused.
Because your goddamn subscribers suck dick. You bitch. Fuck her. She ain't no piece of shit cunt.
Like a prostitute in a brothel trying to call out someone for raping her. Don't mean to strike, don't mean to trigger nobody, but think about what I'm saying. This shit is fake as fuck. How can somebody step up and cry that they being attacked? But it's mine. So they wanted to call them escort service one night, and next thing, one thing led to another, and that gum pimp got pissed off at me. I didn't do nothing wrong. I told him to get out of my room. Human trafficking, child abduction, kidnapping, etc. You name it. Child pornography, exploitation. They all consistently shake the other's hand on this. They're never independently sprouted. In other words, these are groups that flourish together. They more or less, it's easy to ignore, like I said in the title or in the description. It's easily ignored until it hits us close to home, or and that's the irony of it. Or not get addressed unless something is exposed. You want to try to say the initial, you got to realize the fact is it's an animalistic instinct for us to own somebody or to.
It's your goddamn fucking credit on my goddamn island. It's my pedo island, motherfucker. My pedo island, motherfucker. I live there. You don't fucking belong there, you cunt. Put me in the goddamn pedophile. Put me in pedophile.
Ha! You see that, Dr. Phil? I told you I'm not the worst dad on YouTube. In part 1 of this video on the members only channel now, we went over how his daughter had told us like how he really was, what it was like for her growing up, that she never received any of the monies that he was raising for her, like that was all a lie, and he has done this his entire life. We also found out that he has another daughter that he denied was his publicly on YouTube, even though there was a paternity test. We also talked about how he was harassing her as a form of retaliation. She told us, do not let him use us for pity, because he was using her actual hardship to make money off of. Like, he was exploiting her without her knowledge. And everything went public. Like, started harassing her, and then he was having his top mod give out her personal contact information to people he had screwed over on YouTube, which we showed receipts for. And he tried to deny that his daughter got any money from any of us, and I posted the screenshots of the Cash Apps. Stupid. It's redundant. It's so redundant. Like, at this point, his reputation speaks for itself. But I posted them anyways.
But like I was saying, we did find out that he had another daughter. And around the holidays, like I had taken a break for a little while. And while I was on my break, I saw that the mother of the other daughter had contacted me through my YouTube Facebook profile and had a lot to say.
Damn train. Fuck you, Steph Habits, Richard Cranium, Richard Head, Richard what the fuck ever, Little Chicken Little, fuck all you. And Joe Springs, Betsy Smith, goddamn fucking Anna, goddamn what the fuck banana, fuck all you. Perpetual Platypus, Katie, hey, yeah, I'm just fucking here following, don't bother me, fuck you.
Okay, so after his child's mother had contacted me, I didn't do a video or anything, like nothing. But I posted this screenshot and showed how much money he owed in child support, right? So for some reason, he thought his youngest daughter was my source. He wrongfully assumed that that's how I found out about her existence, and that's where I was getting my information. But as you've already seen, like I found out about her existence from his other daughter, and then I found out about all the child support he owed through his youngest child's mother. But he assumed that I was talking to her, and he preemptively started like making these posts and videos like justifying abusing women and saying, oh, that wasn't even my kid. You should ask that whore what the whole scandal was. Well, we already knew about the scandal because his other daughter told us that she told us, like, he accused her of cheating on him, but that wasn't true. And he also accused his older children's mother of doing the same exact thing. He's got this pattern where once he gets a woman pregnant, he'll just say, oh, well, you were probably cheating on me anyways, to try to avoid having any responsibilities as a father. And according to everybody else, like, he has always been unfaithful to women, like his older kid's mom, you know, his younger kid's mom, according to his daughter. The same thing with his current wife, Pam, which we ourselves have seen him do, you know. So what he's doing is just trying to, like, project his own unfaithfulness onto these other women as a way to try to avoid any responsibilities. So he didn't know what I knew, what was discussed, because I never made a video about it. I never went public with any of it. So he started, like, preemptively doing these, like, live streams and stuff, justifying abuse of women. They can see that stuff, like, they can see he's saying that, and that didn't go well. And then I also found out that he had somebody messaging his younger daughter, trying to intimidate her into not talking to us because he assumed that we were talking to her. So because he assumed we were talking to her, he sent Hanlon in to start sending her messages. Like, seriously, nasty messages. They were not nice at all. But he messed up big time when he posted these and accusing me of it. He didn't realize that her picture was still on there. A photo on those messages. And I screenshotted it. So there was that. So once that was put out, he could no longer blame those messages on me. I thought it was really weird that, like, he doxed me and everything. You know, he did this video. It was like a 40-minute video, and all through it, he had my name up, and then apparently he also like went through the entire sex offender registry of a neighborhood that I lived in when I was a kid. Like, went through every single person in a neighborhood I lived in when I was a kid. I don't know what was up with that. That was super weird.
Yes, he tried to blame it on traitors. See, it's always the woman's fault. And nothing's never his fault. Nothing. And that's whenever he was making fun of her lifestyle and the way, because she wore a hat and some, I guess she wore a hat, but he was actually making fun of traitors.
So once he blamed that on me, he started doxing me and making all these posts saying I did that. And then the very next day, he starts accusing somebody else of doing it. He accused traitors amongst us of doing it. She's like, who's Griff? And then I realized he had to for one, I reported that video. He lost his channel. And once I realized why he was accusing traitors, it was because of this photo. Obviously, it wasn't me, so he was trying to find somebody he could stick this on. And traitors was the person who came to his mind, somebody who didn't even know who he was. But look at this. That ain't traitors, obviously. So not only did she also forget to change the picture on her Text Now account, she also used her Florida area code. So they were like panicking and trying to figure out who else they could blame it on, because there was no blaming it on me anymore, even though they had just used that as an excuse to dox me, to start making all these crazy accusations against me. And once again, it was Hanlon. Hanlon doing the same shit again, contacting. She did the same thing to his other daughter too, and harassing people to try to get them to shut up and not speak up against him. And they got caught. So with that, all I did is I made a community post and said, Griff, so I see you're now blaming somebody else for doing what you not only accused me of doing, but also doxed me and tried to post my address. I'm guessing you're not planning on apologizing, being that we already knew it wasn't either of us. Tell your side chick we know it was her. She forgot to switch the area code. And the picture. Having his side chick send intimidating messages to his own daughter, who was not even involved in this, like, whatsoever, because he made some false assumptions and jumped the gun again. They also messed up in those messages by bringing up like very private things that weren't public, like private trauma. Some of his supporters know it was Hanlon, they're in on it. Others believe him, and told her she doesn't want to get involved in this YouTube shit. Like, trying to intimidate her, thinking she was talking to us. I don't care if he's got, 5 mentally unstable women over there who actually believed that I did it, but then realized it wasn't me and then blamed somebody else. And like, as long as they knew it wasn't me, that's all I cared about. And they knew it wasn't me. So after he doxed me, he ended up losing his channel, one of his side channels. And he had got P-bombed, corn bombed, whatever you want to call it. I can't say that. And tried to say he lost his channel all because of that. And no, that's not true. I had just reported him for doxing. He was also promoting SA of certain women. He had been reported by a lot of people for harassment and threats of violence. Like, it was him being repeatedly reported for serious stuff that caused him to lose his channel. It was not just a single corn bomb incident. No, he had been doing some crazy shit on that channel, and it caught up to him. When she contacted me, and just like the last one, any personal information is redacted. Her father, Griff, or whatever he's calling himself these days, I recently found his YouTube page begging people to donate money to him and his wife. These people should know that he has never had a job that pays less than $23 an hour, yet he finds jobs that pay him under the table so he can spend his money on and hide out from child support enforcement. He's been arrested for child support already, but yeah, that's why he can't hold a job. Like, he cannot, he has to work under the table, because even if he like files taxes, that's going to give child support his address, unless he's using a fake address, of course. He owes me over $42,000 in child support, and I will be more than happy to send you proof of that, which she did. He is the biggest piece of shit on the planet, and I wish I could say that I'm surprised that they're scamming people for money. None of his family or people who know him personally are surprised about any of this, like, not even a little bit. I think they're probably more surprised that he's able to continuously do it to the same people, certain people, but the fact that he's scamming is not a shock to anybody. He's a deadbeat dad, and these people are supporting that shit by stuffing his pockets. I can tell you plenty of shit about him, so if you'd like to talk, feel free to message me. And then I was like, oh, he does a lot more than just scam people. Like, he's pretending to be a domestic violence / SA advocate and getting women's personal information and then using it against them. And once I responded back, it says, now you can message and call each other and whatnot. That is disgusting. He's got some balls pretending to be an advocate against domestic violence when he's an abusive piece of shit himself. I don't understand how these people that send him money don't realize he's an addict. I watched a few of his videos, and he sniffs and snorts throughout all of them. Well, if I have anything to do with it, he won't be posting much pretty soon, because I'm out for blood. I'm doing everything I can to find out where he is. And when I do, CSE, Child Support Enforcement, will have a warrant put out for him. I'm not going to let him get away with what he's doing. She started watching his videos and saw everything that was going on. It was just like, oh my God. Continuing on, she says, hey, sorry it took so long for me to get back to you. So she says, I'm Blank's mom, his youngest daughter, the one that he pretended he didn't have. It's embarrassing to even admit that I have a child with him. He was a completely different person when I met him. He didn't mess with that when we were together. I had my daughter, and it seems that's when he started lying and putting his hands on me. I finally got up the courage to leave him, and the rest is history. He met the Grim Reaper, aka his wife, and he tried a few times to get back with me. I didn't want anything to do with him. He's been a deadbeat dad since she was an infant, and honestly, I'm glad. I don't want him anywhere near her. She told me he made a video saying that I was lying about how much he owes, and I don't know how to defend myself on YouTube. So if there's anything you can do to put this proof out there, please feel free to do so. Do whatever I can to make people see what kind of person he really is and stop him from stealing from innocent, gullible women. Thank you for doing so much to knock him off the pedestal he's put himself on. He deserves it. Okay, let's go through some old ones. When your kid's deadbeat father, that person who doesn't pay his child support, brags about his raise on Facebook, what a stand-up guy you turned out to be, Matt Griffin. Oh, quick backstory. So, like, literally everybody who knows him has said he was never a part of his daughter's life. Like, right after she was born, things got really bad, and he never had anything to do with her once her mom couldn't take no more and finally left. So even though he never had a role in caring for her, providing for her, guiding her, teaching her, he still feels like he can go on Facebook and publicly criticize her. Like, really, he put her down really, really bad publicly on Facebook. And her mom, who was her main advocate, was like, bet, and dogged him out. So let's go through and read what he said, and then we'll read her response. All right, so he publicly posts this on Facebook after not having anything to do with her, like, her whole life. He says, I've never tried to make myself look like Father of the Year nominee by no means, but I really get upset when a woman that lets her mama raise her child and runs the bar scene, staying screwed up on whatever she can bomb off of some bomb, has the nerve to go public with her 15-year-old daughter's pregnancy. Notice he says her daughter, mind you, by a 22-year-old man that she has been living with, and bragging about being called Nana. Nana? How about being the mama you claimed you were? I believe your mama can relate to what you are not. Mother and Nana. No, you are no nada. What the fuck? That means nothing. Wake up. Oh my God, this motherfucker has some audacity. So he's going after her and his daughter because the daughter he tried to pretend wasn't his and referred to as his niece and refused to pay child support for. She became pregnant as a teenager. And now he thinks he has the right to criticize not only his daughter's mom, but also his daughter. Wake up, Griff. No, absolutely not. So, from what I know, she has completely raised his daughter on her own and had to run from an abusive relationship with him to do it. Also, her and her mom seem to have a great relationship and they love each other very much. So, like, he's just trying to put her down to, I guess, dodge the bullet for, you know, what ends up happening to his daughter down the line. He's trying to, like, shift the blame onto her. So she responds. Now, this is the funniest thing I've heard all day. Can anyone tell me the last time you've seen me in a bar? Or under the influence of anything for that matter?
They said I didn't.
This
Nobody had any
disgusting
too.
hog has tried to give me. Oh shit! I didn't read this. This disgusting hog has tried to give me bath salt more times than he has child support. LOL. I am with my kids 24/7. And you can't even get
It will
your
help me
daughter's
get my
age
glasses,
right.
guys. No
So
doubt.
yeah, she wasn't 15, she was 16.
Thank you, Katie.
My kids love me.
Will
Your
help me get
kids
my
know what a
glasses.
piece of shit you are. I think that maybe you're feeling a little inadequate because you know that your 16-year-old is going to be a better parent than you ever were. So take some spelling lessons and wipe that powder off your nose, lard ass. And it's Nani, bitch. Get it right. Yeah, he didn't even know how old his own daughter was, but he's gonna go on Facebook and start dogging her like that? No. Okay, so before we move on, let's point out a couple things real quick. So when we heard from his other daughter, she told us that like he has a history of trying to get the people in his life addicted to the same substance. It's like a means of control for him. You know, they can't leave if they're dependent on him for this substance, right? So she says, you've offered me bath salts more times than you've offered me child support. And now he's trying to criticize her about her parenting. The woman who chose the child, he didn't choose, the child over the drugs. She chose her child over that lifestyle. And you're criticizing her. So, from what we heard from his other daughter, he has done this with everybody. He did it to her mother, her brother, according to her, him as well. And now here's his other baby mom saying he tried to do the same thing to her. So if you wanted to get her strung out, obviously you didn't care to begin with. You just wanted somebody to party with. You didn't want a kid. Another thing is, he says, mind you, 16-year-old daughter. And I don't even know that the man was 22. He probably got that age wrong as well. But he was cool with Jimbo doing it. He was completely fine with that. Jimbo married a 12-year-old, and that was fine with him. So that's a little bit of hypocrisy. Father of the year, he didn't even know how old she was. I'm sure he didn't know her birthday either. Okay, and this one is from 2019. Apparently, he didn't learn his lesson the last time he came at me, so here I am again, being forced to show the world what a lying piece of shit he is. So they take it out of your check. Really? No, that's why he works under the table. And I did do the math. She's absolutely telling the truth. If that was true, then they wouldn't be coming for you, moron. Yes, you are a deadbeat dad and have been for 18 years. Put down the dope and pay your child support, dumbass. So this down here says that her support order was in and it was being monitored for compliance. And it also said that once she had found his employer and turned him in, that they were contacting the employer to tell them to garnish the child support from his wages. And she posted something else saying that in 2009, he owed a little over $46,000. She found out where he worked, contacted child support, and reported it because no, he was not. So down here it says, we have sent notice to the parent who owes supporter's employee. and asked that the child support be withheld from his wages. So, yeah, he was not paying. She found out where he worked, turned it in so that it could start being deducted from his checks. 2020. Sperm donor number 1 is about to get a good old bitch smack to that flabby face. People that try to run from child support enforcement are ignorant morons. To get a job, you have to give a social security number. Child support enforcement has that social security number on file. And running your cowardly ass to another state won't save you either. They're going to find you, especially when you owe almost $60,000. You can run, but you can't hide. My advice to you, don't drop the soap. And then someone was like, good.
Hello, Genevieve. Guys, I know it's taking a little while, but I'm running it out. I'm going to take it out as long as I can. There's more to come about this clown. I've been on here for over an hour and a half. I'm going to have to get off from here for tonight. Like I said, I've got to get up in the morning and do some stuff because I want to be rested, which I know my body too. So, and somebody come in here a while ago and asked, what's your disability? Well, I've said it 1,000 times. Go watch my videos. I'm not being a dick, but I'm being a dick. You just did that because I said that. Hello, Den. Genevieve. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate the PayPal. I appreciate you guys for watching. And whenever I get enough for my glasses, I'll let everybody know. And I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the rest of this video and some more against the predator himself, who likes deleting his videos, private them. That comes against his subs and innocent women. So anybody wants to donate, there's my tip jar. It will go towards my glasses, which, hang on, I'll tell you how much I still owe. And I appreciate everybody that helps me. I hate to even ask for that much. And I am. $289 is what I need help with now. And I will show a receipt for where it went to my eye doctor. So there's my Cash App is Dixie B Dad, which is $, all lowercase, Dixie B Dad. Dixie Daddy 2020 at gmail.com is my PayPal, and Venmo is Jamie Berryhill at Jamie-Berryhill-6. You guys have a good evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Stay safe and keep your eyes and ears open, because they'll just, I ain't going into that shit. Her eyes and her ears has deceived us. You guys have a good evening. Bye, guys.